Would you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
Yes, I'm Melodye Flores.
And Ms. Flores, what do you do for a living?
Well, I used to work at with the school district in Uvalde and Robb.
And where do you work now?
I work in BVO ISD.
And what do you do at BVO ISD?
I'm a bus aide.
A bus aide?
Yes. Mhm.
And tell us what a bus aide is.
Bus aide is when you go with the driver, and as my part is the special ed bus, so I make sure they're seated with their seatbelts at all times and follow the rules on the bus.
So your assignment is basically the special ed children
Yes,
on the bus? and
yes.
You help
Yes.
make sure they're following the rules while they're on
Yes.
the bus?
Mhm.
Thank you. And when did you start that work?
I started back in January, which I already have a year working with the. with
So you
BVO
have
ISD.
a year, so it's been just right out a year
Mhm.
since you started that work?
Yes.
Okay. And before that work, what did you do?
I was working at with the school district in Uvalde, at Robb at that time.
And how long had you lived in Uvalde?
I want to say like 25 years.
25
And I
years?
worked with the school district there for 23.
Okay. And what did you do at the school district for those 23 years?
First I started off as a parent liaison, and then I started as an instructional aide.
And tell us what an instructional aide
An
is.
instructional aide is helping a teacher with some of the students that need the extra help.
And the kids that need extra help, what kind of kids are we visiting about now?
They're like the lower, like
Excuse me?
the lower class, the lower, like their studies.
Their
So,
studies
yes.
need help.
Yes.
And you assist in that way?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And in 2022, that school year, what were you doing?
The 2 years there at Robb, I was an instructional aide with the 4th grade teacher, and then these last 2 years there, I was a behavior unit aide and special ed aide also.
Behavioral unit aide and special ed
Yes.
aide? Tell me what those two things are.
Special ed is I would do part helping with the special ed students, and the behavior unit I would do the other half with just a student. With the
Behavioral
behavior,
aid, you would
with
just
the-
work with one student at
Yes,
a time?
I would do half and half day with them and the other
And what
half.
did you do with those students?
With those students,
When you aided, what kind of activities were you doing?
of course, like if they would, I guess you want to call it like, do a little outburst or something, just to calm them down, talk to them, and just to keep them calm.
So your job was to calm kids, behavioral kids down?
Basically,
get their-
yes. Mhm. Yes.
And I'm sorry, sometimes I'm talking and you're talking and the court reporter's gonna yell at me if I do that, so. And so was that a full-time job?
Yes, yes.
When did your day start?
At Robb,
Yes.
like in the morning, or are you talking about the year?
Well, I was talking about the mornings,
The morning, my time was from 7 in the morning till 3:30.
7 in the morning until 3:30.
Yes.
And where did you report at 7:30?
At 7, I would go into the office to clock in.
And after you clocked in, what did you do?
Then I would go set my stuff in the classroom and wait out there. Well, not wait, but to do the duty that I needed to do.
So before school started, you would do bus duty
Because I had to wait for some of the students.
for your kids specifically?
Right, yes.
And how many kids did you take care of?
At that time, it was 3, actually. You had to wait for 3 of them to get off the bus. There was 2 and 1, and then the other one was later on, a couple of minutes after, yes.
So 2 buses, but you ended up with 3 children?
Yes. Mhm.
And what did you do with the children?
And then I would, of course, take them, if they needed to go to eat breakfast and stuff, I would take them and then we'd report to the room, to the classroom.
Okay. And now I'll direct your attention to May 24, 2022. You were working that day?
Yes, I was.
And did you go through the same procedure early in the morning that you just described to the jury?
Yes.
And did the kids go to the cafeteria then?
At that day, like I said, I was waiting for one of them to take them, but she didn't show up that day. But we did take the other students, yes.
And so that morning, how many students did you have?
2 that got off the bus, but in the classroom we had about 4 or 5 that day.
That you were not responsible for taking off the bus, the other 2 or 3?
I was, but then, like I said, one of them didn't show up for that day.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. What did y'all do that morning?
That morning we're just in the classroom, keeping them busy with activities and stuff like that before it was our time to report to the cafeteria for their awards.
So they had an awards day?
Yes.
And what time was the awards day?
I don't remember exactly what time. It was our turn to go to report to the cafeteria.
And how long did you stay at awards day?
We were done, and then we just waited there for a couple of more minutes, and we saw the other teachers with the classrooms, and while they were presenting the awards to them, I want to say maybe like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, I guess.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Like 20 to 30 minutes that we stayed there, so they...
Okay. And are we in mid-morning now?
Yes, just...
And then after the awards were presented, what did you and the class do?
Like I said, we waited there for a couple of minutes, and then our teacher said, we're ready to take the students back to the classroom. So that's what we did.
And what age were these students?
We had 3rd and 4th graders at that time.
Okay. And did you get back to the classroom?
Yes, we did. We did.
And what happened next?
We were there, and and it was like almost time for them to have their lunch, where we had somebody bring their lunches to the classroom because they eat in the classroom.
Okay. Do all students have the option then of having their lunches brought to them in the classroom?
Yes.
Okay. And so what did you do in regard to lunch?
What I did is, we were there, and of course we had the TV on, that's cartoons, music and stuff for them, and they were eating, and of course they were watching TV and stuff. And the teacher already was already eating her lunch, and I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and warm up my lunch, and that's what I did.
So you were eating your lunch as the children were eating their lunch?
Right, just about, yes, because I was just barely warming up my food.
And did anything disturb your lunch?
Yes, it did.
And what was that?
I had the school radio, which I carry with me.
Let me stop you there then. Tell me about the school radio.
It's a radio that I carry where we can communicate.
And who can you communicate with?
Excuse me?
Who do you communicate with?
Whoever calls in, whoever calls me, or I need to call somebody.
Is it just for that school, just for
Yes,
Robb
just
School?
for that, yes.
Okay. And is it just adults or is it kids too?
No, it's just for the employees only.
And you keep that radio with you?
Yes.
And you got a call on the radio?
Oh, I didn't actually get a call. There was a call, and we didn't understand what they had said, because the teacher said, what did she say? I said, I had no idea, because I don't know, I couldn't understand. And then
So the first communication, you couldn't understand what was being said?
No. And then the second time it called in, they said that there was a shooter, and he was jumping the fence and had a gun.
Do y'all have a fence around Robb School?
Yes, we do.
And could you describe that fence?
It's chain link, I think that's what you call it. It's all around the perimeter of the school.
Okay. And what were the words that you heard?
When we kind of understood, they said that he's jumping over the fence, he's shooting, he has a gun.
So a man jumping over the fence, shooting, and has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what did you do when you heard those words?
When I heard that, I just got the radio, clipped it back where I would clip it at, and I just ran outside. And as I'm running outside, one of the coaches was running this direction, getting the other students and teachers, I guess, in. I don't know what they were doing or what they were at. So I run the opposite direction and run down a sidewalk where some fourth grade students and teachers were coming out from that door, from that building.
Let me stop you for a second. What is a lockdown?
A lockdown is where you get all the students in, make sure your doors are locked, lights are off, quiet.
And what causes lockdowns?
You want to say, I don't know, like high-speed chase, bailouts and things like that.
Would an indication that there was a shooter, somebody that jumped the fence and was shooting, would that cause a lockdown?
Yes, definitely, yes.
So normally you would stay inside and lock the doors?
Yes.
Tell us why you didn't do that.
Because I knew the schedule that we had, and we already knew who was outside at that time and who wasn't, and things like that.
And who would be outside at that time?
Some of the students with some of the teachers either having recess or just coming out from lunch or before lunch in the playground.
So it was your understanding of the schedule that caused you to go outside?
Because what they had said was said on the radio.
And what was the schedule for people being outside at that time?
What was it, like I said, it was someone were going out to recess, or someone going to lunch, or someone coming out from lunch.
And so that was your concern?
At that time, yes, because if there was kids outside, like I said, there were some of the classrooms and teachers were coming out from that fourth grade building door, and that's when, because that's when I heard that. Well, of course we have to take precautions with that and stuff. And as I was running over there, I was telling them to get back in, and they were like, it's kind of confused for me telling them to go back in.
Who were you telling to go back in?
The classroom, the fourth grade classrooms that were coming out with some of the teachers.
And where on the fourth grade classroom were you?
I was running down the sidewalk, going to that building, to the fourth grade building. Because I was actually in my classroom at that time.
And the north side or the south side or the east side or the west side?
It was on the south, on the side of where the pavilion, where they have PE, that building, there's that door. They come out from there.
The announcement to you had been that there was a shooter?
Yes.
But wouldn't that pose a threat to you?
Right, but I wanted to make sure that the kids were in and safe.
And so you ran to the south side?
Yes, and
Were there kids out?
they were coming out, yes, and then I believe
Coming
there
out
was
of where, ma'am?
the fourth grade building door.
Okay.
And I kept telling them to go back, and they were confused, like, why? And because there's fire shots, and that's when they ran back in to the building.
And where were you when you were telling the children to go back in?
Like I said, I was running down the sidewalk, and when we all heard that, they went in, and I kept running to make sure, once they all went in, I wanted to make sure that door was locked.
Okay. And so as you were running down this toward the fourth grade, did all the children get back inside?
Yes, at that, yes.
Did you leave until all the children got back inside?
I didn't make it to the door to see if it was locked or not.
So you were headed to the south door for the purpose of locking it?
Or making sure it was locked.
And why did you want the door locked?
So nobody would go in, whoever was there.
But you didn't make it to the south door?
No, I didn't.
Tell us why.
Because there's right there an area in the corner where the ACs are at, and it's fenced up. And that's when I saw the shooter right there.
Had you seen him before that period?
No, I didn't, no. It was
You
just
just
that
seen
time
the
when I
kids?
saw him.
And so it was right by the ACs?
Yes, right in the corner, that's where.
Describe what you saw.
like I said, I didn't make it to the door because that's when I saw him. He was wearing all black and a hoodie, and then the hoodie just fell off him, and had currently that kind of shoulder length there. And that's when he started shooting at me.
And he was wearing all black?
Mhm.
And how did you know he was shooting at you?
Because he just stood there and lifted up this rifle as I started running back.
At one point, did you think it was a handgun?
I thought it was, at one point, yes.
Okay, but this is, a lot of media has passed since then, is that correct?
Yes.
But at the time, that's mainly what we want to know about, is at the time that you observed it as opposed to other influences, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, you thought it was what?
I thought it was just a regular handgun or something.
And why did you think he was shooting at you?
I mean, because I was running and he just kept shooting, and when I looked back, all I could see was that he was still standing there. And all I could see was just the fire coming out of the barrel.
Okay. Now, when you saw him, what did you do specifically?
I just ran. I ran away from him.
And did you take a pattern as you ran?
I did. I was running, and
Excuse me?
I was running, and then I looked back. Like I said, that's when he was still standing there and was shooting, and I could see the fire from the barrel. And then all of a sudden, I ended up on the ground. I was on the ground.
You fell down?
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop for a second. I never asked you, do you recall what you were wearing that day?
I want to say some khaki slacks with the orange peach color shirt.
Okay. And you fell down?
Yes, I did.
And what did you think when you fell down?
I thought he had shot me.
Just because of the circumstances that
Yep.
occurred? Had you been shot?
Have I?
Had you been shot?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. And how long did you stay on the ground?
I want to say just a couple of seconds because I was like, I need to make sure, these kids are in to, make sure these kids, I take them in somewhere for them to be safe.
So you got up immediately?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened when you got up?
When I got up, I seen this vehicle drive right up to me, and I was telling
Describe the vehicle?
It's a white vehicle. I know it was a PD vehicle, but it didn't have, all the, I guess you want to call this logos on there or something. It was just a plain vehicle, white vehicle.
And when you got up, where was the vehicle?
It was kind of like almost parked next to
almost parked? And
where
then
I was at on the ground.
And what happened then?
That's when I said that he was heading into the fourth grade building, and we needed to stop him. We needed to go in and stop him before he went in.
Who did you say that to?
It was a PD. I can't recall.
You didn't know him or be able to
I
identify?
really didn't know who.
And what did you say to him?
I told him that he needed to get stopped before he went into the fourth grade building, and we needed just to stop him.
And what did he say?
He did nothing, because
Did you say it more than once?
I did
What did you say the second time?
the same thing. But
Which was what?
we need to go in and we need to stop him. He needs to be stopped before he goes into the fourth grade building.
Did you tell him what he was wearing?
No, I didn't. No.
Did you tell him where he was?
I think I told him he's right there running in. He's in the corner. He's running in to the fourth grade building.
And did you use any arm gestures to point out where he was?
I did.
Tell us about that.
I just kept pointing. He's going in there. He's going to the fourth grade building.
And how many times did you say that?
I want to say a couple of times.
And did you hear anything from this gunman while you were talking to the police officer?
To the gunman, the shooter,
Uh-huh.
I just kept hearing shots.
You heard gunshots?
Yes.
Where were they coming from?
That's where he was going into the fourth grade area.
That south area?
Yes.
Could you see the gunman at that time?
No, I couldn't. No.
But you heard where the gunshots were coming
Yes.
from? And when you heard the gunshots, what reaction did that have with you?
Like I said, I just had to make sure that everybody was in, the kids, and as I'm getting up and trying to find a place, I see a teacher, a second grade teacher. I'm not sure exactly what she was doing. I don't know if she was the last one in or she was opening, I don't know. So when I went over there, she told me if I wanted to go in. I said no, because I need to make sure your door's locked. And so.
Let me just stop. I think you're getting a little ahead of
Oh,
us at this time. How long had you been talking to the police officer when you heard the continued gunshots at the south end?
Couple of seconds,
Just a second or two.
maybe 3 to 5.
And how many shots did you hear?
Couple.
Okay. And when you heard the shots, did that cause a reaction from you? Did you say anything to the officer?
Like I said, I kept telling him that he needed to be stopped. He was going before he goes into the fourth grade building.
And while you were talking to the officer, did anything on the east side of that fourth grade wing catch your attention?
The east side is you're talking about
The side that, yes ma'am, that you were on.
it was just shots.
There were more shots? Did you see the window break?
I did not.
Excuse me?
I didn't.
Okay.
I could not see where I was at. I could not see it from the other side, but I could just hear
Okay, you
the
couldn't
shots.
see the west side?
Right.
And then the other side, the east side, did you ever see any of those windows break?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay. When you told the officer to go in, did he go in?
No.
What did he do?
Is he just stayed there? Because, like I said, that's when I ran to see if everybody else was in and find a place.
He just stayed there?
I believe so.
And about how many times did you urge him to go in and do something?
Like I said, it was a couple of times.
A couple, does that mean twice?
2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times? Okay. Then what did you do?
And that's when, like I said, I got up and I saw the second grade teacher on her door of the classroom, and she asked me if I wanted to go in, and I said, no, I need to make sure your door's locked. and it was locked. And I went in, and when I went in, she already had the kids in the corner covered with her bookshelves, to protect them, and her phone was ringing, and her blinds were still up. And I said, you need to put your phone on silent or turn it off, and we need to put the blinds down and close them. So I guess while she was doing that, I'm not too sure, like I said, I put the blinds down and closed them up.
And where were you when this happened?
What do you mean? I was in,
What room?
I don't remember the room number, but it was a second grade teacher
Okay.
classroom.
While you were in the room, what happened?
And then I started looking around. I gathered some papers from different desks that were there and taped them up and taped them to the door window. And then I put a chair on the door handle, which I guess I didn't do it right because it fell. And just telling the kids for them to stay quiet. I wasn't gonna let nobody.
Excuse me?
I wasn't gonna let nobody hurt them.
Did the kids stay quiet?
Yes, but you can still hear them when they were like crying and stuff.
And where were the kids?
They were in that classroom. They were, as soon as we walk in, they were on the left side with the bookshelves around them.
And is that how they've been trained?
Yes.
And while you were in the room, did you hear anything else from the gunman?
Or nothing but shots.
You continued hearing shots? Could you describe how many?
Just kept shooting and shooting.
And you could hear that where you were?
Oh, yes.
How long were you in the room?
That day for me was like fast forward, slow motion day for me. I don't know.
While you were in the room, did you consider, what were you considering or thinking or planning? Did you do anything like that while you were in the room?
I was just like, I mean, what can I do if it, if he doesn't come here, or, and I did grab some scissors that were there. I said, I can protect not only myself, but the kids if he does or comes in here or something.
Scissors were about all teachers or kids had in the room?
There was the teacher's scissors.
They were teachers'
Mhm.
scissors? And any other planning?
Would you?
Did you do any other thinking about what would happen?
That's about it. I mean,
Okay. Fair enough. How long were you in the room about?
it was a while. I don't remember because, like I said, it was a while.
And how did you leave the room?
I guess whoever was going by classroom in that area was knocking on the door, and which we got a knock, and I was trying to tell the second grade teacher not to open the door because at that time they didn't say who it was or anything like that. But she went in and opened the door, but it was law enforcement.
Okay. And what did law enforcement do?
They said that if we're okay and stuff, and they were there, but for us to wait because they were still gonna go down the hallway classrooms, and that they would be back for us to just to.
And did they come back for you?
Yes, they did.
How much later did they come back for you?
It didn't take them that long until they finished going down the classrooms down that hallway.
And when they came back, what happened?
When they came back, they said for them to hold their hands together and go behind each other and
Do
follow
what?
them. To go behind each other and hold hands and to follow them.
And did the kids do as they were told?
Yes.
And where did y'all go?
They took us down like 2-3 blocks down the street away from the school.
And then what happened?
And we just waited there
Until when?
until they brought buses or whatever vehicles they could get to pick us up.
And you were taken where?
We were taken to the Civic Center at that time.
Is that where the children were reunited with their family?
Right, yes.
And as far as you're familiar with that grounds and those areas that you just described for the jury,
Yes.
and have you been out with personnel from the DA's office to pinpoint the things you saw and where you were, where the
Yes.
gunman was, as well as where the officer was?
Yes.
And were photographs taken during that time?
I'm not sure.
You didn't take any photographs?
No, I don't think so.
May I approach that?
Yes, sir.
Showing you exhibits 921 recognize this area?
Yes.
And 922?
Yes.
And 923?
Mm-hmm.
And 924?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate representation, finally, in 924, where the cone's replaced by your direction? Is that correct?
Yes.
State offers 921 through 924.
No objection, Your Honor.
They're admitted.
And they be displayed.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Flores, these are going to be displayed and they're going to be shown back on that TV to your right, so that we don't stand in front of the jury and use that point in my view. Okay? Starting with page exhibit 921. Can you tell us when you got that first radio communication, where you would have been?
I would have been in that area over there. That's the classroom.
If you need to stand up to get close to it.
I was in this area right here. That's where my classroom was at.
And you're talking about the second building from the bottom.
Yes.
And was that your classroom?
Yes.
And when you heard the communication, you didn't understand that communication, but you heard a second one?
Yes, I did.
And tell me about that one.
They just said he's jumping over the fence. He's got a gun. He's shooting.
And where is the fence?
This is way over here.
Okay. So you get a communication and the gunman is jumping over the fence shooting. And where do you go?
I just started coming out, and I start running over here, this direction, because this is where some of the fourth grade students and teachers were coming out. And I'm running, and I'm telling them to go back in, and that's when they're gunshot. And I just made it just so like.
Okay,
right
let me stop you for just a second. So you ran in the direction where you believe the gunman was jumping the fence?
I didn't really know what direction or who this person was, and so I saw him right here in the school.
Okay, so you didn't know where he was. All you had was information that somebody has jumped a fence and they're shooting.
Yes.
You didn't know where they were,
No.
but you acted.
You're right.
And you acted for what purpose?
To be safe.
Save who?
Everybody, the students, everybody.
And what, did you see students?
I saw what they were coming out of this building right here.
And how far out did they get?
I guess they got just about right there.
So they hadn't yet gotten to the green area.
Not these, not these.
And where are you? At this point, you see the kids?
Yes, I was like right here, telling them, yelling at them for them to get back. And that's when they heard gunshots, and that's when they went back. And I guess I just made it to right here while the gunman comes out right here.
Okay, about how many kids were outside?
Outside, out here. I don't remember.
Fair enough. And is there a recess area?
I guess the recess area is over here in the pavilion P area, and I guess it's in this area. Some recess.
So there's several recess areas?
Not several, but there's many. They say that there's too many in the playground area. Some just stay on this area right here.
Okay. And so you don't see the gunman when you see the children,
No, I don't. I just hear the shots.
but when the children get in, you have an intention?
Yeah, that's when he's right here, comes out right here.
And you're talking about at the southwest corner?
Yes.
And when you see him, you also saw the gun?
Yes.
So you didn't stay long?
I know.
What did you do when you saw the gun?
I stopped there, so like I said, I saw him right here, and I just ran this direction right here.
And show me again, a little more slowly, the direction. Okay. And then at the bottom of that photograph, there is just a small white corner. Can you see that? Is there another building there?
Was it this one right here?
Yes. That's the last building on the campus, as far as south, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. But that's the direction in general that you were running?
Yes.
And when you turned to run then, I suppose you weren't watching the gunman?
Not until like I said, well, let me see if he's running behind me, you know, and that's when I looked back to see if he was still there or not. But he was still right here.
Okay. And where did you fall?
I felt somewhere around this area right here.
And can you describe what vehicle that is that's on the photograph?
That's one of the.
Excuse me?
That's a PD vehicle.
Is that the place that the PD vehicle parked?
It was a different one.
Excuse me?
It was a different vehicle.
You think it was different? How was it different?
Because it didn't have, I guess, the logos on there. It was just a plain white four-door car.
So you don't remember any logos?
No.
From that, you believe it was a different vehicle. Was there more than one vehicle that arrived, police vehicle that arrived while you were there?
That was the only one.
Okay.
The one I saw. So
And,
that's when I ran in to this area right here.
Okay,
went
but
into the
before you
cash-
ran in, did you have a conversation? Did you talk to the officer?
I didn't talk to anybody. I was just telling them,
What were you telling him?
like, we need to go in. He needs to be stopped.
Where was he?
He was, like I said, there was the other vehicle was here, and he was just, I don't know exactly what he was doing, but he was just like running back and forth.
Pacing back and forth?
Yes.
As you were telling him to go in?
Yeah.
And you pointed to where he was?
Yes.
And then where did you go?
Like I said, I believe this is a second grade building, and I went into one of these second grade classrooms.
Thank you. You can sit back down. Showing you State's Exhibit 922. Can you tell us what we're looking at here?
I believe it was that vehicle.
Excuse me?
I believe it was that vehicle that I saw when.
Okay, so now we see two vehicles, and you believe it was that one?
Yes.
And on the first vehicle, is there markings that you can see there?
No.
Would you approach it?
Would you?
Would you just get closer to it to see if you can say what's on the side?
On what side are you correct?
I'm sorry, ma'am, approach it.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Flores, I'm just asking you, does this say police?
Yes, it does.
And Uvalde CISD? Thank you. In State's Exhibit 923, is this the time that you went out to show us where you were?
Yes.
And would you point out how far down you got as you were helping the kids?
So just about where the cone's at. This area right here.
And was there a second cone there?
Yes.
What is that?
That's kind of where the gunman comes out.
And State's Exhibit 924. Do you see that first cone still at where you were when you were telling the kids? And did you show us the direction of the path that you ran?
I believe it was somewhere right in here, this area.
So from that farthest cone, you ran to the second cone. Would you point out which cone?
Somewhere right here.
And then the third cone?
I fell in somewhere in this area. That's
Is
where I
that
ended
where
up
you
on the
fell?
ground. That's where I kind of ended at on the ground.
And where was the police car?
Still somewhere right over here.
And does that fourth cone indicate where the officer was?
Talking about this one here?
Yes.
Yes. So.
Thank you. Sit down. Ms. Flores, when this happened to you, did you talk to your family?
At that time when I was in the classroom, I did. I called one of my brothers
And why did you call your brother?
to let him know what was going on.
And did you find out what was going on?
Yes, there was a
And
shooting
what-
going on.
Excuse me?
There was a shooting going on. There was a shooter on the campus.
And did your brother have any advice for you?
I told him what was going on and what happened. He just said for me to hide and to check myself if I was shot or not.
Did you eventually go to the police with this information?
To the police.
Did you give a statement to the police about what you just told the jury?
I know, because I left out of town, and when I had told him that I wanted to come back when the funeral services started. So I did. I came a day before, and they had a report to the Fairplex.
To who?
I had a report to the Fairplex, but I didn't make any reports to as the PD as you're talking about.
Uh-huh. Did you eventually give a statement to police officers?
It was when I got there at the Fairplex. It was Texas Ranger.
Oh, a Texas Ranger, okay. Thank you. And how is it that you got with the Texas Ranger?
Because I went in there and I had some people there. I don't know, they were like counselors and stuff like that, and that's when they told me that Texas Rangers need to speak to one of them or something. I really don't know exactly how it all started there. I eventually ended up talking to a Texas Ranger.
But you just remember talking to him?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Pass the witness.